We've done so many takes at this introduction. Right, let me just ask you, have you got chips, holes, dints, cracks in your wall and you're ready to decorate but you want to get them fixed first? If you've got no interest in learning to plaster but you want to get your walls looking nice, you can use this product, EASYFILL. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it as a DIYer. This lovely lady that I'm doing the job for was having some work done on her home. The guys that were doing the job, one of them managed to trip and fall whilst carrying the couch from one room to the next. The couch smashed into the wall and this is what she's been left with. I thought this would be a great opportunity to demonstrate how to use a product called EASYFILL. There's a few different types of EASYFILL, and on this job I'm going to use EASYFILL 20, which basically means it's got a working time of 20 minutes. I'm going to remove all the loose and flaky plaster and gouge out any cracks where it's damaged the plasterboard a little bit and moved it. I'm going to gouge it out so that we can get a good solid fix. Now there is two other types of EASYFILL. One's called EASYFILL 45 and the other one's called EASYFILL 60. And if you've been paying attention, you'll know what those numbers stand for. I'm making sure to clean off all the wings of the bead and the little holes and perforations in it so that the new EASYFILL can pass through and bind to the wall behind. Now, the beautiful thing about using this stuff is you don't have to seal the wall first. EASYFILL will stick directly to paint. Now that said, I still think it's a good idea just to give the wall a little sand over first. You provide them a little key, and if there's anything on the wall, perhaps in a kitchen there's a bit of grease or something, if you give it a little sand, you're taking that off, aren't you? So it's just, I would say it's a better job to just give it a little rub down first. And when you finish your sanding, I give it a quick wipe down, and I also like to give it a little damp down as well with a brush. I just wet the area ready. You don't want it soaking wet when you put the EASYFILL on, but you want it slightly damp. Notice that little cup of tea as well in the bottom corner there. That's essential. Bristles on me brush. Oh, pluck it. There you go, like a plucked chicken. That's more like it. Does that look more professional now? Don't need hardly any for this. What you'll find with this stuff is it seems to want to float on the water and not mix in. So you've got to sort of work with it a little bit. It's not as fast to mix as normal plaster. And that's the sort of consistency you want, like thick, gloopy sort of Mr. Whippy ice cream. Before you start, you want to damp your tools down. I'm going to use a handboard and trowel, but if you haven't got these, it doesn't matter. You can use something like a filling knife or a wallpaper scraper or anything similar to that. Now this stuff is quite nice to work with. It's got a bit of body to it. It doesn't droop, it doesn't drip. So when you're filling out areas, it doesn't start to like drip out, which is quite nice. But if you were working on an area of wall, perhaps maybe it was back to the brickwork and there was an inch of thickness to build up, you might want to do it in 2 coats. You'd put the first coat in and let it set or let it go really firm and then put the second coat on. What you don't want to do is mess around with it whilst it's still wet. So whilst it's still really sticky and wet, don't be tempted to keep playing with it. Just leave it to set a little bit first. You can get it as neat as you want, as neat as you can, and then sand it the next day. But if you don't want to waste the time and you've got, you know, a little bit of skill, you can get it as smooth as you can first. You can get it perfect without needing to sand it. So that's what we're going to do, because it's a shame to have to come back for 2 visits for such a small little thing.
When she goes upstairs, she wouldn't argue with it.
That's me and the customer talking about people that we both know. So all I've done here is just damped it down a little bit, and I'm just smoothing over it once now. As I said before, you could have just left this to completely set, but it needs to dry out completely before you sand it, so you'd usually have to leave this a day or two before you could sand it down. Now I don't want to have to come back again, so it's worth me spending just another 5 or 10 minutes to stay with this and polish it. I would suggest that you try and get it as neat as you possibly can, and then if you're not quite happy with it, you can always sand it the next day anyway. It's really starting to pick up now, which in plastering terms means it's really starting to set, and that's why you see me just scrape it off the bead there, the overspill. I tried to hit it with a brush, but because it was so firm, the brush wouldn't budge it, so I just had to scrape it off of the front of the trowel. Now, in between these passes where I'm going over it again, I leave it about 5 minutes in between each time. Now, I've cut that bit out so you don't have to watch that part of the video, but ultimately, I'm going to smooth over it, let it set a little bit more for about 5 minutes, go over it again, a little bit more, over it again. In total, from start to finish, the whole job took about 30 minutes. Here we go, and this is the final go over now. So ultimately, it's been filled out, it's had another little coat over the top, and then I've basically smoothed over it with a little bit of water 3 times. Now, I'm not joking when I say this. I genuinely believe that this is within most people's capabilities for little patches. You don't need to use any sealer, so there's no confusion there which way is best to go. All you've got to do is prepare the area and literally stick this stuff in. Do your best to get it as smooth as possible whilst it's setting, and if you're not happy with the finished product, just sand it down. Once you're finished, give it a little wipe down like that to clean up, and that's basically it. Now I'm going to go around the edges and wipe off all the overspill, just so it looks tidier. When you do this, be careful that you don't start wiping off the bit where you've blended it into the wall. The last thing you want to do is wipe away the plaster that you need and create a ridge. Look at that. Look at those skills. I'll make someone a good housewife, wouldn't I? And that's it. Job finished. Now, one thing I did forget to mention to you, if there's any crack in the wall, make sure to put a piece of scrim over that section first. Give it a day or two to dry out and you're ready to paint. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.